No time to waste here.
A sandwich?
Is this who you were watching?
Super Mario Bros. Z, Episode 4. Here come the Koopa Bros. We open up in Mario and Luigi's house. Mario's just finished tending to Yoshi's injuries after a run-in with Mecha Sonic, and assured Sonic that Yoshi would be fine, much to Sonic's relief. Upstairs, Yoshi, sleeping in Mario's bed, wakes up, and Mario, Luigi, and Sonic rush upstairs when Princess Peach calls for them. Through consciousness, Yoshi is still heavily injured to the point where he cannot stand. Sonic laments never telling Mario and Luigi about Mecha Sonic from the start, remarking that he was confident they would be able to beat him to the Emeralds, only ended up endangering another innocent life. After apologizing to Mario, Sonic begins to tell him and Luigi his story. Through a series of flashbacks, Sonic explains that he's from Mobius, a world parallel to the Mushroom Kingdom, which was once a beautiful and peaceful place, where Sonic spent most of his time with his friends, or simply hanging out, living a happy and carefree life. However, everything changed when a mad scientist named Dr. Eggman came along. From within the Death Egg, a massive space station that orbited the planet, Eggman sought to take over Mobius, planning to do so by capturing the inhabitants and turning them into mindless robots under his control. Sonic took upon himself to thwart Eggman's plans and successfully did so for many times. Eventually getting frustrated at the many defeats at Sonic's hands, Eggman decided to make robotic clones of Sonic in order to outsmart him. Though they all failed, Eggman persistently built more and more advanced models in the hopes that one would defeat Sonic. However, there was this one Sonic robot that stood out from the rest, Metal Sonic. Though Sonic managed to defeat him, Metal Sonic possessed a strong will, something that older Sonic models didn't have. Every time he was defeated, he would return faster and stronger than he was the last time he fought. Sonic still emerged victorious, but each time proved harder and harder for him to win. Metal Sonic became desperate and wanted to finish off Sonic once and for all. One night, Metal Sonic broke into Eggman's laboratory in the Death Egg and merged with the three of the Metal Sonics that preceded him, becoming Turbo Mecha Sonic, a super robot with great power. Eggman discovered this and angrily threatened to deactivate Mecha Sonic for his insolence. However, Mecha Sonic became so powerful that he decided to not take orders from Eggman, who he viewed as inferior, and thus chose to become his own master. With electrical energy wave, Mecha Sonic sabotaged the Death Egg, and it fell on a crash course to Mobius. In the impact, the entire planet shook, and thick black clouds surrounded Mobius and blacked out the sun. Mecha Sonic survived the deadly explosion, and looking upon the damage that he caused, he gained a lust for power and thirst for destruction. Though Mecha Sonic was now far stronger than he was previously, he was not invincible and needed to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds to achieve his ultimate power that he desired. In the chaos, he traveled around Mobius to search for them and kill those who were unlucky enough to cross his path, starting with Sonic's closest friends, who were powerless against him. In a few short hours, a very large portion of Mobius was reduced to a burning wasteland, and most if not all of the inhabitants were wiped out. During this time, Mecha Sonic successfully acquired 6 Chaos Emeralds, the 7th one being in Sonic's possession. With no other choice, Sonic finally came out of hiding and confronted Mecha Sonic. Despite his best efforts, Sonic ultimately proved no match for the newfound power of Mecha Sonic and was quickly defeated. Having acquired all the Chaos Emeralds, Mecha Sonic began to transform as Sonic watched in horror. But Shadow arrived on the scene and used the ability of Chaos Control to warp all the Emeralds to the Mushroom Kingdom. Though Sonic and Shadow had pretty good odds at defeating him without the Emeralds, Mecha Sonic used the energies that he previously absorbed from the Emeralds to perform Chaos Control, warping to the Mushroom Kingdom. Sonic and Shadow returned to the remains of the Death Egg and found the control room completely intact, as well as Eggman's top secret database. Hacking into the data, they discovered that Eggman had plans for a capsule powered by artificial chaos energies that could be used for interdimensional travel. Using the Death Egg's remains, Sonic and Shadow constructed the capsule based on Eggman's schematics. Shadow then hooked himself up to the capsule and performed Chaos Control, warping to the Mushroom Kingdom just in time to stop Bowser and Kamek from killing Mario and Luigi at the Mario Kart Grand Prix. Back in the present, Princess Peach begins to cry after hearing Sonic's story. Mario and Luigi are quite emotional as well. Sonic informs that the world could face the same fate as Mobius if they fail to collect the Chaos Emeralds before Mecha Sonic, and asks Mario and Luigi if they're up for the challenge. The brothers look to each other and transform into their cape forms, and agree to continue assisting Sonic and Shadow in their search for the Chaos Emeralds with great vigor. Sonic continues to express his gratitude for their continued assistance. At that moment, Professor Egghead crashes through the front door in his poltergeist vehicle, narrowly missing Shadow and slams into a wall, shaking the entire house and knocking Mario, Luigi, Peach and Sonic to the ground. They quickly descend to the stairs, though Mario and Luigi and Sonic simply jump from the railing, and Peach asks the professor what he's doing here. After apologizing for the crash and explaining that the poltergeist still has a few bugs in it, Egghead presents his new latest invention, The Emerald Radar, a device shaped like a Game Boy Color that can detect the energy signatures of the Chaos Emeralds. The real name is highly complicated and confusing, just for you guys to note. Upon testing it out, Sonic discovers that there is a Chaos Emerald in the room, and he again reveals that he has an emerald. The Yellow explained that he had created the radar by studying the emerald. He asks us to keep the emerald for now and study it some more, and Sonic decides that it will be kept safe that way, and agrees. However, at that moment, the lights suddenly go out, and when they come back on, the emerald is gone. Shadow immediately insults the group for losing another emerald, and the group all determines that Sonic must have stolen it. Using the radar, Mario discovers that the emerald's moving out east at high speed, and they quickly make a mad dash to the Faith. Upon reaching the area, Mario and Sonic quickly hide behind a bush, and Mario pulls Luigi behind it when he lands. They immediately see the thieves, the Koopa Bros, old enemies of Mario. Sonic suggests jumping out and surprising them, but Shadow ruins the plan by directly confronting the Koopa Bros, much to Sonic's irritation. After introducing themselves with an auto tape of their theme tune, an irate Shadow is tired of this and attacks them, but the Koopa Bros quadruple team and overpower him, sending him flying into a wall. Shadow very nearly loses his temper, but Sonic calms him down and tells him that the four of them have to work together to beat the Koopa Bros, and Shadow reluctantly agrees. The Koopa Bros recognize Mario and are more than eager to fight him. The battle commences and the Mario Quartet effortlessly dominates the Koopa Bros, until the Koopa Bros decide to attempt their special attack. They pull into their shells and stand one on top of the other, and unwittingly tap into the stolen Chaos Emerald's power. With the added strength, the special attack knocks Mario, Luigi, Sonic and Shadow completely unconscious with one blow, and slams them into a nearby cliffside. The Koopa Bros then pick up the Emerald Radar, realizing its functions, decide to steal and find more emeralds, and depart, leaving Mario, Luigi, Sonic and Shadow unconscious. Guys, that is pretty much it. That was pretty entertaining, wasn't it? I loved Mario Bros. Z, and I hope that Mark Hayes is doing better, but I hope he doesn't rush his project, because the remake's gonna look so good when it's done. It's probably not going to be done, but I just hope that Mark Hayes is doing good. Either way, guys, that's pretty much it. This is pretty much the last wiki video for Sonic Speed Timber. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. It's a true pleasure to make these videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.